Another little tractor project on the MX6000. This is the 6-pin trailer wire kit. It took a long time for this thing to come in, just like the old supply chain issue stuff here lately. After I bought the tractor, was a few months before it come in. So it came with the instructions, some wire tie wraps, the bracket, the 6-pin toe, and then the bolts that come with it. Now I first looked, and it's for the MX5400, MX6000. Started looking at the diagram real quick, and like, oh man, that's for the, not a cab. But I turned it over, and you'll have the instructions for when you have a cab. All that's in there. So it looks like everything's in the kit. We'll get started in some quick steps and get this thing installed. Okay, first step, I've got to get this windshield wiper reservoir off, which is not hard. I've already loosened it a little bit more. There we go. So just on that bracket that slides on. So again, just set that out of the way. Then we'll be taking this bracket off. All right, bracket is, the new bracket's back on. These, by the way, are 12 millimeter. When you go to take the other ones off, so just get your 12 millimeter socket. And as I always say, be careful around glass, don't get crazy. All right, next, when I was looking for where the receptacle is to plug this thing into, it is down just below this level right here, and sadly can't really see it with the light real well, but there is no protection on it. I mean, it's just open blade, so I'm glad I saw this because it's just a socket. So I'm probably going to clean that first before we plug it up, just make sure I haven't already gotten some dirt up in that thing. All right, pretty easy at this point. Put the plug through the hole. So I'm trying to one-hand this while I'm holding it right now, but could not find a reasonable place. Obviously, we want this lid swinging up for protection. So we're just putting it in that way. And it looks like it's got a little boot that kind of seals. So I'm going to go ahead and go get the nuts and put that on, and we'll hook up the wiring on it. Receptacle is bolted in place. The harness is connected now with the white. You can probably see it a little bit better where that was plugged into. Next step, we need to secure these wires. I do see some bounce in that I don't really like. I don't like anything that does like that over time with the tractor with vibration, so I can already foresee probably, I don't know, maybe a third leg that may come down and bolt to here just to take out that wiggle on that side, but it's not too bad to fix. Let me go get the wire ties on. All right, as I'm putting in the wire ties, something I noticed, I mean, it's pretty easy. This one has a barb. There's a hole right here that's going to go in, keep it real secure. That's good. Another just simple plain old wire tie. Nothing fancy there with it. And this one, what's the deal there with that? You see some barbs inside of that, and if you look closely at the back side of the mount, I'm going to guess that where the threads are coming through from the bolt that we mounted it to went in through that hole. There should be enough thread there that this gets pushed on from this side, and those are like little cam locks. Slides on, keeps on the teeth, and then you've got the regular wire tie. So I'm going to go test that out and get them on. Okay, it always seems simple until it's not. This one went on easy, plugged in from the back. This is still loose so that I can move around. We'll tighten up things at the end. This one was being a little bit of a pain. So it does go on the back of the threads of this bolt, but you better go ahead and put it on beforehand. If you can see which way it goes through, and you should see the barbs on this end, so we should be able to reach up and just, push it on the back. Again, I'm not going to tighten that up yet until I get everything on. But another thing that I have noticed, but again, I hope that this will focus when I get in there. All right, if you can see decent enough, you can see that the very back of that harness is exposed. You can see the connectors in there in the back of that, and it's pointing up, and it's on the back of a tractor. So, man, I don't like that. I just don't like that for electrical connections, the way that's put there. So that's either going to be a combination of silicone, let it set up, and then wrap it, something to protect grit and salt, whatever on the roadway, stuff like that's going to get up in that connection there. Just, yeah, I don't really like that setup. It should have been a sealed connection on the back of that harness, but that's okay. We'll adapt and overcome. Wire ties secure, 1, 2, and 3. And I went ahead and put some silicone up in that crevice there of that harness connection. Well, it still won't focus. Come on. But at least that's going to keep the junk out of getting out of that harness there. So getting ready to put the reservoir tank back on. In fact, I'll just go ahead and grab it. I mean, it was just left here plugged. So let me get a handle on this thing. Stretch it up. And back on the new thing. And it's done. She's got signals now. So the reason I got this really was I don't know what all implements I'll have behind it. Maybe some accessory lights or some bigger turn signals or whatever. But if I've learned one lesson on tractors before is if there's something you think you're going to want, get it with the tractor, get it ordered, get it in the package, and it just kind of seems to get tighter later, and we don't move on to it. Maybe buy some things for our tractor, but this just took a while to get in. But very simple connection, and we are good to go. Have a good day.